Welcome everybody from each and every person. Wish you a good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you are joining in. Today I have an amazing, beautiful, cute little chef with me. And before I introduce herself, I want to wish everybody a safe and a healthy life. I really want to tell you that there is always an opportunity in every challenge that you come across. So this is the Gemini Dhar show, a take charge show where I speak to amazing women entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs across the world to share a little bit about their life journey. And even though we are going through a very, very strong phase of COVID, a lot of people are struggling with health and, earning their daily bread. I want to tell them that there is a ray of hope. There is a possibility which you cannot see today. So please think about the possibilities that you can make in your challenges. Break through the challenge and see, you will discover you are a stronger and a more evolved person that you are. So this is a time to follow rules. This is a time to wear your mask. This is a time to stop spreading the virus. And this is a time to take charge. So I'm inviting an amazing guest on my show who I personally follow. I'm a fan of hers. Last year, I have been trying out all her little tips and recipes that she puts on to her media. She's a content creator. She has her own restaurant and she's an amazing human being, a cute little chef. I called her Neha Deepak Shah. Welcome on my show.
Hello. So, firstly, thank you for such a lovely introduction. I think it's very, very kind of you. And I am very, very happy to be speaking to you today. This is an opportunity for me to share a little bit of candid stuff about myself, which I usually don't share on my social media because, I think all of us do have this one facade that we hold up, right? All of us, we do have this one image that we hold up on social media and, in our public life. But I am super excited to be doing this. And you already mentioned that, it's a really tough time for all of us. Uh, Guys, wherever you are, please find your inner zen. That's all I can say. It's very important to find a balance in your inner self because I think last week I was very anxious. I was very anxious looking at the news and things that are going on. But obviously, somewhere you have to find your zen to be able to enjoy or at least feel good about at least some things that are happening around you in your immediate surrounding. There's always joy in your immediate surrounding. Uh, you cannot discount the fact that there is a lot of suffering happening in the world, and like you mentioned that take charge. Yes, all of us need to take charge, be responsible, as in
Yes.
don't go out if you don't have to. Mask, yes, it's going to protect you, but still, I think we can all do our little bit, just that little bit, to be able to protect ourselves, protect others, and help fight this time.
Thank you so much, Neha, because this is what the audience needs today. It may be that they know everything, the rules are there, the things are there, the protocols are there, but sometimes it just feels good for somebody whom you admire, whom you love, to share that with you, and it makes an even more better impact. And Neha, I want you to first give a quick hello to your mom in India. You've joined us all the way from Dubai, and we want to say to hi, Sunita. I got your daughter
Hi.
to you right there. And I'm so glad, that I meet this amazing women. And your mother is one source of what you can admiration for me, because such a
She's
simple,
amazing.
she looks like a homemaker, but my God,
She's
she
dynamic. She's
she's
dynamic,
dynamic. She does so many things,
she
and
truly is.
yes, and
Like,
she's the one who introduced me to you, and that's how you're on my show. So I'm so great to add. I'm so happy to add value to a lot of my, people who are watching, my viewers. So Neha, you are from an industry which is going through a really tough time just now. You are
yeah.
also in an industry which is booming like anything, that is content creation. Okay, so in one way you are going through a very tough time, and other way you are just flying because you are the content creator. You got it right. You do such amazing, great quality content that people like me are hooked on. So I go on social media every day at a fixed time, and I've allotted that luxury time for me, like a 45-minute or a 1 hour, which goes on to 1.5 hours sometimes, and then I start watching videos. So, and God, I during the quarantine, I used to get so during the lockdown last year, I used to get so inspired by your videos that I used to search for things and those heart-shaped pancakes that you made, the tiny ones.
Oh,
Oh
the
my
small
God.
ones.
I was like, I got to do this. I have to learn this. I have to do it. I have to. And when I put my first one, it came out like an amoeba. When I put the second one, it came. And I didn't have coloring at home, and I tried. So
Okay.
it has got me into experimenting. And I dare not post the pictures, but they were so horrible, but they were yummy. So you know what? You added that little charm to everybody's life, that fun element, and you make it look so easy. You make it look like
So,
effortless. So ye dalo, it's done. And actually, I've been somebody who did not like cooking. I became a proper cook after I delivered children because I wanted to feed my children the best and the healthiest of food. So that's the time I learned cooking. I may say at the age of 35, I learned cooking. Till then, I was dependent on maids, on my mom, and little bit I used to do in my kitchen, whatever required. So Neha,
hmm.
coming back to the present scenario, tell us first who you are.
So,
Explain Neha to me. Where does Neha come from? From which village? Where are you from? And what?
okay. So, a little bit about myself. I grew up in Mumbai, and when I was 20 years old, I moved to Delhi. So I studied food science and technology. And when I graduated, I got a job first in Bangalore and then in Delhi. I was working with Dabur. When I started living alone, that is when I realized that okay, I like food. Obviously, I've been a foodie all my life. I'm a vegetarian. So
Same pinch.
you know,
Same here.
yeah. So when you're a vegetarian, especially in Bombay, it's much easy, right? We have a lot of vegetarian options because so many Jains, so many Gujaratis. It's easier to find vegetarian food in Bombay. And I was used to a certain style of food. When I started living alone in Delhi, that is when I realized, oh, I can't find pav bhaji here. Oh, I can't find vada pav here. Oh, like there is like you go to a okay, so the concept of 100% vegetarian restaurants in Delhi is just very less. Like how in Bombay you have gali gali mein Shiv Sagar, Sukh Sagar, you have everything, like you just have everything. Delhi didn't have that concept. So obviously, when I went to like a restaurant to dine, I'm talking about 11 years ago. So
Yes.
the options were potato, aloo khalo, the option was paneer khalo, and dal makhani. I mean, it was nice. I love that food, but I realized that I miss, food back in Bombay. So that's how the journey of cooking started. And okay, so obviously, when I started cooking, I would cook pehle, but I did the fancy cooking. I never did the basic cooking. So when this entire journey of, cooking started, I did not have any estimation of measurements. Okay. I did not know. For me, I did not have an andaza कि कितना बनाना चाहिए एक आदमी के लिए. So I always ended up with lots of food. Okay. So when I ended up with lots of food, I took it to work because I had colleagues and more people to, share it with. So that's how this entire process of cooking started. I took it to work. My colleagues started enjoying it. They were very motivating and they were like, "Oh, you cook really well, and you must go for Masterchef." And I think it was just that you must go for MasterChef, that calling. I think sometimes, we might be amazing. All of us are amazing, but sometimes you need an external validation. I'm so sorry.
Yes. So,
Sometimes you just
so
need somebody else to
Neha,
identify that.
I just wanted to add here that what you are saying is an ideal example of having great people around you, people who
Of
will encourage
course.
you, people who will support you, and people
100%.
who will push you towards success. So having a great set of people around you is also very important, because what happens is a lot of women I meet have gone down in life because people have criticized them, they have bullied them, they have said everything which is negative to them, and they've taken it inwards, which
Yeah.
obviously is not what you're supposed to do. When you find criticism, you look at it constructively. But then it is really important to have this amazing, lovable, encouraging people around you, and that can really. And I have experienced the same in my
Yeah,
life.
and I can't agree more. Like I really think that, I always say this and I say it out loud all the time that a little motivation in life can go a long way.
True,
I
true.
mean, again, as humans, we do over trust or over believe in external validation, which I don't think should be the case. Yes, a little push ke liye validation is great, but you
True.
don't need somebody else to tell you how good you are or how amazing you are or whatever,
Mm.
and
Neha,
if
sometimes you just need that spark to light the fire,
just
you just need a little spark.
absolutely,
And
absolutely,
I
you
think,
just, yeah.
yeah, so Neha, tell us about your Masterchef journey because I am very excited to know. I don't know much about it.
So, like I mentioned, colleagues were like, "Oh, you must go to MasterChef," and I was like, "Okay, maybe I should do it." And I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter for rights. I'm a fighter for everything. Like I will make sure I will leave no stone unturned if I will create opportunities. So I'm an opportunist.
Amazing.
I will, like I am definitely, and people who know me would, say this, I will fight for my rights. I will fight for every damn thing. Okay, when it feels right. So, when MasterChef happened, it was long ago actually. It was 8 years back. So this was MasterChef season 2. I went for MasterChef, and it just so happened I qualified. Sab ho gaya, everything happened, and okay, I was in the show. And then obviously, when you go into a reality show, you realize that oh, reality is not really the reality. Okay. And then, so season 2, I got eliminated, because I was a vegetarian and I am a vegetarian, and I was like, I don't want to cook meat and so many other things around it. So, I just got eliminated. Now, came then essay time passed. Like, okay, then, but what MasterChef did to me was I started blogging, and okay, I had a website, which I still have. It is still up. I don't blog on a website anymore, but that website still exists because it gives me a sense of that feeling to understand where I started from. Okay. And I got a camera from like I saved some money up and I bought a camera, a small little camera, nothing fancy, but I bought a camera. And then तब तो इतना phone में भी clarity नहीं होता था, so I bought a camera. I started blogging थोड़ा थोड़ा. Again, with a job and blogging, I was not able to keep up. I stopped blogging. Okay, I stopped blogging. In this while I changed my job, I went to this company which was amazing. I think that was my first tipping point. I met my boss there. He is one of the most amazing people you can have in your life.
Do you want to say a
Um,
little hi to him? Just name him and say hi.
Hello. So his name is Ramu, and he was just amazing. I think he was so encouraging. He was so he always pushed me to be my best. So I think
Lovely.
that took me to. I mean, you might have wings, but you need to know how to fly, or you need somebody to push you out so that you can fly. So,
That that's what
um,
that's what a lot of women fear. They don't want to spread their wings out, and they are scared. And that push is important, and that's what
yeah.
I have been doing for so many years. That um, can I do it? Will I be able to do it? What will happen if it doesn't work? What will happen if it works? Some people are scared of fame, and some people are scared of failing. So that push is very, very crucial, and I think mentors, coaches, seniors, family members can do that for an
So,
individual.
I say only one thing. Failures will always come by. You
True.
know, failures will always come by. They come by to me even now. And probably every little day I am failing in something. Okay. But I only say this that, okay, failures are important because they make you who you are. They make you a better person. They make you
Yes.
understand, your points where you need to improve and work and get better. Because I think one thing I realized that, I was never competing with anybody. My goal was never to compete with anybody. Even when I went on MasterChef, my aim was never to compete with my fellow contestants. My aim was only to be my better personality each day. Not repeat the same mistakes, not be foolish, be my better, be my better self. And I felt that if I am getting better, I see progression. When I see progression, I see success. So that is how, and I see it as today also. So see, when MasterChef happened for me, this was back in 2015. It was just the start of the era of social media. हमारे
Right.
टाइम पे इतना सोशल मीडिया फेम नहीं था, जो
Right.
आज है। 5 साल में द दुनिया हैज गॉन लाइक, इट्स गॉन टिप्सी टॉप्सी, एवरीथिंग हैज
And
चेंज्ड।
I think in 1 year's time, it's going to be even more, 5 times more than what we are
So
doing now,
I'm going
because
to
this is the
talk
only
about this
medium
as
to reach
well.
out to people. Yes.
Absolutely, and I think that, see, I'm going to tell you something that, when MasterChef happened, yes, it was great, it was amazing, but I'll tell you one thing, okay? And a lot of people will relate to this. See, what happens is any kind of television fame is short-lived, okay?
True.
You are
100%.
replaceable. आज आप कुछ हो, कल somebody else will come, take your spot, take your limelight. That's it. Okay? You are replaceable. So even now, a lot of times I meet people who look at me and they're like, "You look like such a familiar face. Are you an actress?" And I'm like, "No." Because the thing is that, okay, they will not forget your face, but they will forget who you are. Okay?
True.
So I think so. My sister, she's amazing. Again, she's super dynamic, super, super, super flamboyant. She's a very flamboyant personality. So, and she comes from PR. She comes from the field of media and PR. This is her job. This is her job to, talk about people, get people spoken about. And when MasterChef was over, she said that, listen, 2 साल हो गए MasterChef होके, and she's like, and okay, when MasterChef happened, on my social media, I had only about 8,500 people, you know,
Okay.
and I never posted anything on my social media. मैं कुछ नहीं post करती थी because again, I'm an ambivert. I might come across as an extrovert, but I'm fairly introverted too.
Yes.
So
You like to
I'm
keep
I'm
your
not
things
the
private.
yeah, I am not the kind of person who's gonna talk about things on my social media or anything. So I was like, okay, and it just so happened she kept telling me, listen, people who've come after you on MasterChef and stuff, they have like better following than you, and she would just like just tell this to me, and I would not care
Yeah.
because I really did not
Yeah.
care, because it was never like my goal, and I still remember the day. It was 20th of March 2020. Okay.
Oh.
It was 20th of March 2020 when the lockdown was all like happening. 18th या समथिंग को लॉकडाउन हुआ था इंडिया में। 18th की बात है एक्चुअली, 18th of
Okay.
March 2020 की बात है, where the lockdown was just announced, where the entire country is under lockdown. And I was flooded with messages by 20th के आसपास, I was flooded by messages by people saying, my friends actually, that, hey, listen, can you send me the recipe for this? Can you send me the recipe for that? ए मोमोज की रेसिपी भेजना, ए पाव भाजी कैसे बनाते हैं घर में, random stuff. You know how friends are. They be like, अरे ये भेज दे, वो भेज दे, and they are sending me messages, अरे शॉपिंग लिस्ट बना के भेज दे, क्या क्या घर में रखना चाहिए, हम लोग
True.
क्या क्या रखे लाके, पता नहीं है. These are people who are living alone, and okay,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is a real struggle, and I was like, okay, let me share my grocery list with people. What am I stocking? It
Right.
started with that grocery list. Okay, I made this one pantry list where I segregated everything. That buy these vegetables, use this in this order, so that you have enough to last you 15 days. That
Correct.
list became so popular. People are like, we love it, we love this. And I was like, okay, wow. And then it started with friends asking for recipes. So I was like, let me do this. Let me also make those recipes. Let me also share them, because if my friends need it, there are a lot more people who need it. You
Like
know,
me.
that's how it started, and it's just so that, I didn't even realize. I'll be very, 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 very honest, Auntie. I did not even realize how my page started becoming popular. And by popular, what I mean is that I saw a lot of people recreating those recipes, and they would tag me and they would post it and they would share photos. And the truth is, it made me very happy,
Yes.
somewhere, because I feel that any kind of contribution that you can do to us, to the society, in your capacity, is service. you know.
True.
So service doesn't mean that बाहर रास्ते पे जाके झंडा निकालो और नारा लगाओ और ताली बजाओ और you don't have to do all that.
True.
Service का मतलब है in your capacity, whether if you can even motivate or inspire somebody to do something that's going to make them happy is a service. you know so
True.
I didn't realize that, because I see I'm not in India. ठीक है, somewhere whatever said and done, I am an observer to the current situation of India. I'm not in it. So I can empathize. um, no, I can sympathize, but I will not be able to empathize it,
True.
because I'm not there. I've never had that feeling of a lockdown. um, Lekin, I realized one thing when I started getting messages from some people saying that people send me messages that you helped me get out of depression. I could channelize my energy into, cooking. And people started sending me messages that I love your voice. Started sending me messages. Our kids love your voice and, the way you talk. And I was like, oh, these are things I never thought were going to,
Neha, I want to give you a online compliment, which I have been giving you on text a lot. That when you come on screen, there is some innocence about you, there is some genuinity about you, and there is some enthusiasm. I have seen a lot of chef cook, but they're very
yeah,
technical. They're very
yeah.
sorry to say, but they're very boring. They're like more into content and telling stories and making it like an elastic, very long and very
You lose
promotional.
interest.
Yeah, and the thing is ki I follow a couple of chefs and I really like they go into the history and the depth of the recipe. But with you, it's energy. So when you want a little spark of energy, then you should put on Neha online and you can check. And you make recipes look effortless. It's like put this stuff. Okay, done. So you make it look so simple that you feel like experimenting it. Attempting it. Because we are all at home, with our limited resources, and we don't have the kind of equipment that normally the chefs have, and the kind of setup they have. And so what I like about your content, it's like a bubbly little girl sharing it and making it look so easy. That's what I enjoy. And that's
So,
why, yes,
I'll
Neha.
be
So
really honest. Sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
just
Go
wanted to
ahead.
say this one thing here that, when you mentioned that equipments nahi hai, मेरे पास कुछ नहीं था. We moved to Dubai in August 2020, 2019. So
Hmm.
and uske in this lockdown से पहले वाला time I was continuously traveling to India. ठीक है. So मेरे घर में मेरे पास literally कुछ नहीं था. सब कुछ इंडिया में था मेरा सामान. मेरे पास लिटरली सबसे बेसिक चक्कू थे. मेरे पास कोई क्रॉकरी नहीं थी. आई हैड नथिंग. ओके. एंड आई रियलाइज्ड दैट इवन आई हैड एक्सेस टू ओनली बेसिक स्टफ. ठीक है.
True.
So what I realized was, if I mean I can do it, you can do it too. मैंने
True.
कोई फैंसी मेरे पास मिक्सर ग्राइंडर भी नहीं था. कैन यू बिलीव
Oh.
दैट? ओके, फॉर लाइक पूरा मुझे लगता है आई बॉट द मिक्सर ग्राइंडर इन जब एकदम ऐसे मेरे सर के ऊपर निकल गया अब मुझे मिक्सी खरीद लेने चाहिए. I did not have a mixer grinder. So what I want to say here is that, you know, limitations are in our mind.
Yes.
Okay. We
100%.
limit ourselves. All I had was one hand blender that I got from India. Okay. When I packed stuff to get to Dubai, I got one induction. और वो इंडक्शन मैं आज तक यूज करती हूँ. मेरे सारे वीडियो में वही इंडक्शन है. ठीक है. ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरा ऑडियंस बढ़ गया तो नया इंडक्शन आ गया. वही इंडक्शन है. मेरा आज तक का जो फ्राई पैन है वो वही फ्राई पैन है जो मैं इंडिया से लेके आई हूँ. मेरी कढ़ाई भी
Lovely.
वही है. सो लिटरली
So
आई हैड द मोस्ट
Neha,
बेसिक
this is
स्टफ.
this is such an irony because in India we use everything that is imported. So if I would go to Dubai, I would go to a store and pick each and everything which I would feel is there in India, but Dubai ka better hai because I have been to Dubai many times and I was just a new mom. I became a mother to my daughter. I think she's 18 now. So 18 years back, I was in Dubai, and she was barely, I think, one and a half year or something. 6 months, I think, 6 or 8 months we took her there, and I went to the baby shop and I had two suitcases of things that I thought will not be available in India. And I bought every possible toy, every possible thing for her. And we didn't have enough luggage space, so we had to leave it behind. And somebody was coming from Dubai, got it for us later. So I had like this two huge suitcases of baby shop stuff. And after 3 months, Mother Care opens, another, I think the Lifestyle opened, and everything that was available in Dubai was available in India. And I was like, oh my God, I spent such a traumatic time getting this back to India. And I learned my lesson, but I was a new mom and I was so excited. I wanted the best and I had the money and I wanted to get everything. So, this is the real thing that, when you have a vision, when you have a mission, or when you have a desperate urge to do something, no matter what, if you have the opportunity, if you don't have the tools, then also you can achieve it, and
100%.
I'm so happy you shared this, because a lot of people think
I
that when you want to create content, you should have the perfect camera, you should have the mic, you should have the perfect makeup, and I've seen your
That is a
cute
different story.
videos.
If I'll tell you, you will laugh. Okay? So
So
मेरे
tell
पास
me.
तो literally कुछ नहीं था. Okay, so it started with like content ऐसे ही. You know, some photo content, photo series content, ऐसे करते करते it started. Then I was like, okay, to make this even better, now I want to create videos. You won't believe, okay? I think I truly believe in one thing, and that is manifestation. ठीक है?
True.
ठीक है? So whatever you manifest will come back to you the way you have manifested. So it is
True.
just chance की बात. I was in India right before the lockdown. होली के आसपास की बात है ये. होली 2020 की बात है ये. And my parents were also there. And obviously, हमने बहुत सारी हम दिल्ली रहते थे. So दिल्ली से हमने सामान बहुत cities में shift किया था. Some stuff had to go to Jaipur, some stuff had to go to Bombay, some stuff had to come to Dubai. ठीक है. एंड जो जयपुर में जो मेरा सामान रखा हुआ था, वी वर जस्ट सॉर्टिंग इट आउट. ठीक है. जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि क्या क्या सामान है, टू गिव आउट स्टफ टू पीपल एंड स्टफ, हम उसको सॉर्ट कर रहे थे. मैंने सो आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू क्रिएट कंटेंट. ठीक है. और कंटेंट क्रिएशन के लिए मैंने कभी इतना सोचा नहीं, लेकिन मेरे हस्बैंड और हमने एक टूल बनाया था, एक आर्म बनाया था शूट करने के लिए. एंड वो आम खैर हम मैंने बहुत तो यूज नहीं किया. इसकी भी एक अलग कहानी है. हमने ट्राई किया, कुछ कुछ शूट भी किया, बट बहुत कमिटमेंट चाहिए, बहुत टाइम चाहिए होता है, इसलिए आई गिव अप. ठीक है. लेकिन वो लॉकडाउन से राइट बिफोर वाली जो ट्रिप थी ना, आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैपेंड. मेरे पास घर में 3 बोल्स थे, 3 कलर के. एक ब्लू था, एक ग्रीन था, एक टर्कोइश था. ठीक है. मैंने वो 3 बोल्स उठाए. ठीक है. मैंने बोला कि मैं अभी जब नेक्स्ट दुबई जाऊंगी, ये 3 बोल्स लेके जाऊंगी, क्योंकि मुझे वो बोल्स बहुत पसंद थे. ठीक है. और ये जो आम हमने बनाया था, जो दिल्ली में हमने बनाया था, वो मुझे सोफा पे ऐसे ही रखा हुआ दिखा. मुझे याद भी
So you
नहीं था
picked it
कि
up.
वो एग्जिस्ट करता था. आई जस्ट पिक्ड इट अप. आई वाज लाइक, आई एम गोना टेक इट टू दुबई एंड फिगर आउट, आई लर्न. उस हिसाब से आई पिक दैट आर्म अप एंड आई केम हियर. ओके. फिर लॉकडाउन हो गया, सब कुछ हो गया, तब भी मुझे याद नहीं आया कि मेरे पास वो आर्म है. I was approached by a school in India to do a summer camp for them. Again,
Okay.
see, like when you are manifesting, it happens. Okay, so he approached this person, he called me, and उनका पूरा सेंटेंस जैसे ही खत्म हुआ कि नेहा, आई वांट यू टू बी अ समर ट्यूटर फॉर माय स्टूडेंट्स, एक सेकंड में आई सेड यस, आई विल डू इट. ओके. मैंने सोचा भी नहीं कि मैं कैसे करूंगी, बिकॉज आई डोंट नो, मेरे को तब नहीं पता था कि मैं कैसे करूंगी. एंड ये सैटरडेज और संडेज, सैटरडेज और संडेज या फ्राइडेज और सैटरडेज को था ये क्लास. एंड आई सेड मैं करूंगी. ठीक है. एंड इट वाज अ लॉन्ग सेशन. इट वाज आई थिंक 6 वीक्स लॉन्ग था. सो फर्स्ट वीक जो था, वो ऑब्वियसली टीदिंग था, राइट. सो माय हस्बैंड वाज लाइक, अरे मैनेज कर लेंगे. ही हेल्ड द फोन एंड समहाउ वी मैनेज्ड. नाउ केम another tipping point. ठीक है. Amul approached me to do live sessions for them. I was one of the first chefs they got on board to do these live sessions. And I was like, listen, somebody can't hold the phone all the time. ठीक है. फिर हमें याद आया कि हमारे पास वो आर्म है अंदर रखा हुआ. ठीक है. हमने उसे निकाला, हमने उसे जुगाड़ से फिट किया, एंड मैं आज तक वही यूज करती हूँ गाइज. मैं अपग्रेड हुई, लेकिन मेरा कोई सामान अपग्रेड नहीं हुआ. ठीक है. मैं लिटरली आई बीन यूजिंग एग्जैक्टली दो सेम थिंग्स आई स्टार्टेड विद, एंड इट्स अ वेरी जुगाड़ आर्म. मैंने वहां पे ईंटें रख रखी है. सो इफ यू सी माय सेटअप, वहां पे एक ऐसा ब्लॉक है, उसके ऊपर ईंटें रखी हुई है, वो आर्म है. But I'll tell you something. That arm has made me atmanirbhar in the true sense. I can shoot any damn content on my own. Okay, I don't need anybody around me. ठीक है? So मुझे लगता है it's all about creating those opportunities. थोड़ा,
So
I'm a science
Neha,
student.
so
My
Neha,
husband's
all
an
the people.
engineering boy.
True, true.
So
So Neha, all the people who are watching you now are super excited. Ki, where do I find Neha? Tell me, where is this Neha? Where do I find you on Instagram? What's your Insta handle?
So I'm most active on Instagram, guys, and my Instagram handle is Neha Deepak Shah. So it's my name basically. If you type my name, there is only one Neha Deepak Shah in the world that you will find. So so yeah, I mean, okay, exactly 1 year ago, this time probably 21st of April 2020,
So,
I had
so how
about
many?
9,000 followers.
Okay, 9,000. And now how many do you have?
1,50,000.
Wow. You know what? This is going to open up our eyes or a lot of my audience, because I have a bunch of friends who are coaches. I have a lot of people who are very good with content creation. They use very high resolution cameras. I started my content creation from my mobile phone, and even today I'm happy doing my mobile phone content creation because it's impromptu. You can just put your phone on, you can
Same.
attach your lapel mic, put a tripod, and you can start. So I have recorded, online programs. I've got my video series done from my mobile. Only once I rented a digital DSLR, and it was such a nightmare because by the time they set up the equipment and you test it, the mood goes away. What you're going to say? I don't script my videos. I make them very natural. So they will realize that you can go big anytime, and you don't need that perfection. Just you need is your dedication. You should be solving a problem, and you should be enthusiastic doing what you do, and you should show a vision and mission to people that they really enjoy. And I think that's what about it.
Absolutely.
And Neha, this is all the beauty of your profession. Tell me the dark secrets of your profession. Tell me the struggles, because I know a lot of restaurant owners who are going through hell now. I know a lot of women who are into the field, who are very impacted, because the lockdown has not actually impacted their business, but the fear of it being impacted has stopped them from doing what they're doing. They are not expanding, they're not experimenting, they're not working towards anything new. They're not they're not going digital. So you shared a very beautiful real life experience of going digital and how this has helped
Yeah,
you. Just tell,
of
before we
course.
get into that, just share a little benefits of content creation. What
So
can
I just
content
want to
creation?
say one thing that, again, the reason I started content creation was because my restaurants were shut, and I had lots of time at hand. Okay. Because my husband was working full time and, what do you do? So again, I'm gonna tell you one thing that, what happens is that जब आप जब आप you know see there are lots of opportunities in front of you. ठीक है, ठीक है, अगर आपका कोई चीज नहीं चल रहा है, say my restaurants were not operating that time, and somehow I feel the restaurants have been impacted because सबसे पहली कोई भी चीज जब बंद करते हो वो है बाहर खाना खाना. Whatever said and done, जब हमें सर्दी खांसी भी होती है, थोड़ा सा बुखार भी होता है, तो हम बाहर खाना नहीं खाते हैं. you know
True.
so Definitely, I feel that restaurants have been impacted. लेकिन अगर मैं ये सोच के बॉक डाउन होती और ये सोच के डिप्रेस्ड रहती कि अरे रेस्टोरेंट नहीं चल रहा है, नहीं चल रहा है, नहीं चल रहा है, तो कुछ नहीं होगा, राइट? अगेन, so see, restaurant is one entity, okay? People, yes, attached my name. हमेशा जहाँ नेहा का नाम लिया जाता था, मास्टर शेफ आता था, वगैरह वगैरह, you know. But लेकिन, the social media just gave me a broader audience. से अभी दिल्ली और जयपुर में से दिल्ली, बॉम्बे, जयपुर में लोग मुझे जानते हैं. But what about the other part of the world? How do I reach into their daily life? How do I become a part of their routine? And social media is the way, and again, in a positive way. So if you look at my page is just about, again, honest food. I'm just gonna say
Yes.
honest food because pretty much what you see on my social media is what I eat. Okay, so it's really about honest food. And I want to say one more thing. मैं आज सुबह ही किसी को बोल रही थी that so अभी right now, again, मुझे sometime back I had COVID. And when I recovered from COVID, obviously COVID was a hard time. But when I recovered from COVID, obviously, your body is so tired because you have a lot of tiredness. Okay.
Yes,
And I was like, okay, I'm going to get a trainer. I'm going to get a trainer, build up my stamina, get back on it, and become fitter. Because
yes,
2020, see, 2020 was a year, it was new for everybody. ठीक है. हम सबने शायद 2020 में बहुत गलतियां की, जैसे मैंने इतना सारा जंक फूड खाया, मैंने इतना सारा अनहेल्दी फूड खाया. I realized 2021 is gonna be my year to reset. ठीक है. मतलब इट्स ओके, मैं ये नहीं बोलती हूँ नेवर फील गिल्टी, लेकिन डोंट मेक इट
yeah,
अलार्मिंग. अलार्मिंग मत करो, ऐसी सिचुएशन में मत जाओ जहां से वापस आना इतना मुश्किल हो जाए. Right.
true.
So 2020, I took it onto myself. The 2021 is my year to reset, and I started sharing my fitness journey. And a lot of recipes that you see now are all these healthy recipes and pretty much what I eat. So, and that is why I call it honest food. So, and I realize one thing, when you share honest food or honest content, there are lots of takers. There are people
True.
sitting out there because the internet is flooded. Okay.
Correct.
See, people, not everybody who watches you online can meet you or speak to you. So
Right.
your vibe is just equally as important, what you give out, and you can't fake a vibe. Come on. Like who you are, you can't fake it for too long. We're not actors,
So,
at least I'm
so
not.
Neha, one thing comes out very clearly that you're a very genuine person. And you know what? Today, I want to tell a lot of my audience today that I work with a lot of people and they are so fearful of what people will think about me. How is my hair going to look? How is my language going to come across? They are so conscious of things which are not even important because it's just like, so Neha, when I do my shows, I meet people sometimes who are 10 times more successful than me. I meet people who've gone through some 100 different types of challenges than me. So if I am going to be intimidated by your success or your journey, I will not be able to share mine. So
Draw
I really want,
inspiration.
yes, so I really want each and every person watching today, especially if you're an entrepreneur who's suffering in 2020, then it's your time to break through now because look at
Yeah.
Neha. She could be crying and sobbing and complaining, my restaurant is shut, my this is problem, that is problem, but all I can hear is hopes, ideas, stories of success, small victories that she's had in her life. She's just sharing it with us. So this. So Neha, I wanted
I
to
want to
share.
share something actually. So I
Please do.
follow Gaur Gopal Das on Instagram,
Yes.
and I mean I really like whatever he says because वो एक line बोलते हैं every day,
True.
लेकिन it is that thought that I live with for the entire day,
Okay.
and एक चीज उन्होंने बोली थी जो शायद मुझे बहुत ही मतलब टच किया, and that was you know if you feel that a current situation is bogging you down, okay, find a way to not escape but get out of it, like it's so
Correct.
important. Like it was so touching what he said, and I can't just place it right now, lekin it actually blew my mind,
So
because
I remember one thing, Neha. What I do is when I meet this different types of entrepreneurs. So last week
yeah,
I've been speaking to more than 25 different types of businesses. Okay, so one is a tuition teacher whose tuitions are not working because the schools have cancelled the exams, so their livelihood is gone. The teachers are really impacted by the system.
yeah,
Then
of course.
there was a person who is working in a corporate who's lost a job. I get lots different kinds of women who connect with me. There is an artist who doesn't know how to do online classes. So I have an art school which I have coached, and now they are doing everything online and doing international business during the COVID, where people are shutting down. They have grown. But I meet this different kinds of entrepreneurs. They come with different problems to me. So I tell them, okay, now you are at a speed breaker. You are here and this is the
Yeah,
speed breaker. Either you save this part of the speed breaker and keep cribbing, I can't do it, I can't do it, life is bad, life is life, or you need to, boost up your skills, take that extra energy, get that push either from a coach, for a mentor, from the family, from a friend, or from yourself, and ride over this speed breaker. Unless and until you take that extra power to come out, you're going to be there. And you
Of
know what?
course.
A lot of people have taken the leap of faith. They have started working on themselves, and little victories, small progress. Earning 1,000 extra, earning 10,000 extra a month, earning 20,000 extra a month is a huge relief, because it's not about how much money you have.
No.
It's about how blocked down you
Growth
are, how
and
you
growth.
feel that, oh my god, yeah. So the
Yeah.
moment you're growing, you know that something better is happening. And
Yeah. True.
2020 has brought this lockdown in you. The word lockdown itself is so humongous in stopping progress. Lockdown
Yeah.
matlab band. So people stop thinking, people stop believing, people stop understanding. Everything has stopped. The lockdown word is really like a virus. It's more detrimental than COVID, because if you would say, that you are creating better health, that would be better. But this lockdown is so scary. The moment the word lockdown comes, all the antennas, the fears, and the phobias. So you had shared with me that when you have a restaurant and the lockdown happened, what did you do? What happened to the people
So
in the
obviously, like I mentioned, जब the lockdown happened, obviously कुछ महीने तक तो restaurant बंद ही था. July is when the restaurant started, and I think उसके पहले के जितने conversation थे, July end में restaurant वापस चालू हुआ था. And the conversations were that, there are so many people who are dependent on you for livelihood. You know, Probably people like you, me can survive for one entire year with like no money, extra
definitely?
money, and just stay up on our savings and survive. Lekin, we realized that there were a lot of people who are dependent on livelihood, and you got to be up and running because it's not just you who are impacted, but it's like I mean, even if it is just 60, 70 people, but those 60, 70 people multiplied by at
Have
least
families.
three, yeah,
Yeah.
they all have families. There are so many people dependent on you. So I think that, and I say this again very often that, in your capacity, whatever you can do, everyone must support people. I mean, doesn't always have to be financial support, but try to lift them up, try to lift the
Yes.
society up, whether it is just in thoughts or emotions or feelings or however you can, and everything done is a service. So I, again, मुझे लगता है कि there are such wonderful people out there. um, if you are going to send out the right energy, it is all going to come back to you.
True.
So again, दो situations है कि या तो आप मतलब हाथ पे हाथ धरे रख के ऐसे बैठे रहो और सोचो कि अरे अब मेरा तो हाल ही ये है, यही रहेगा. यू नो मतलब हाँ, ये हमने बचपन में पढ़ा था. गॉड हेल्प्स दोज हु हेल्प देमसेल्व्स. ठीक है.
True.
तो भगवान भी आपकी मदद तभी करेंगे जब आप खुद की मदद करना चाहते हो. ठीक है.
Correct.
सो अगेन, यू नो ऐसा नहीं है मतलब अगेन कि लॉर्ड ऑफ लाइक you said something really interesting in the beginning that it's all about help, it's all about doing multiple things, you know like you have to be financially secured. Every
Yes.
woman should be financially independent. And I think what financial independence does to you is that firstly it's going to make you very confident. Okay, it's going to uh, literally you can fulfill all your wishes on your own. Okay, you're not dependent on
True.
anybody to. You're more in control. You're more in control of yourself, your being, and everything. So financial independence is very important. So make a roadmap. Okay, make a roadmap to make sure that you reach your goals. Okay, every little step counts. So
Yes.
even if it's a positive state of mind, it's going to count. Okay, so again, ये चीज मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी जो मैंने आपको बताया जो मैंने सुनी थी. And if you find yourself stuck in a situation, if so, I am going to read it. Find the strength to rise above it, and get beyond all the stupid drama. Okay, so either, I mean, if you can't change your current situation, बोलते हैं ना उसके ऊपर उठो. you know
True.
find a way to get out of it and eliminate all the negative thoughts. And yeah, I think staying positive
You know,
does help.
you know, you can become an inspirational speaker because you speak so well. And beyond everything else, I think you are really nurturing a very healthy mindset, because what you feed your mind is what your life is going to be. So I always believe
Absolutely.
that what are you feeding your thoughts? How are you creating your thoughts? And last 1 week has been a really game changer for me, because the more I speak to women one on one, I've been doing free sessions for women, and I got people across India, sign up. And what I realized is there is a huge deficit of a healthy mind and a healthy thought process. Either they are too
Absolutely.
impacted by the environment, the negativity, and they see themselves blocked. They see, I don't have any opportunity, everything is over, there is no money in the market, markets are bad, world is going to bad, health is bad, 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 bad. So this has given them such a big fear. And I have met a couple of women who've been talking about suicide. They said, we don't want to live, we can't manage our families, we can't do this. So it's a really, really dark space out there. And I think it's an amazing, this is an interview you should share with anybody and every entrepreneur, especially if they are into the business of making food. If you love food, if you want to make food, or if you want to know about the food industry, or people from the food industry who need this little, strong coffee that called Neha Deepak Shah. So Neha, thank you so much for
One
coming
thing
on the
I'm gonna
show.
say, there's the last thing I'm gonna say
Yes, yes,
that
please go ahead.
whatever you do, like in life, whatever you do, never stop sharing. Okay?
Yes,
Because when you share, you don't know who you're inspiring. Okay,
yes.
so always make sure that you are sharing, whether it's your little fitness journey or something, some happy moment. Sharing can inspire people. So
And
that's
Neha,
it.
I really want to thank 10 News, because they gave me this platform to bring on all these amazing women, and they didn't put in any criteria. You don't have to be like a very famous face, you don't have to be this. They just told me, bring some amazing people and inspire. And I think you've been the most cutest inspiration that we have been able to give my audience. And God bless you. Keep soaring
Thank you
high,
so much. Thank you.
and
Thank you so
keep
much for
sending
this
all those amazing
opportunity.
recipes. Yeah.
For
Thank you.
sure. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everybody. Stay safe. And see you next week with one more amazing guest on my show. And thank you for joining in for Dubai once again. Bye. Take care.
Bye.